2026 is going to break Aquarius, but not the way you think. It's not about losing your independence. It's about not being able to hide behind uniqueness anymore. Other astrologers will tell you 2026 is your year of innovation and breakthroughs. I'm going to give you the brutal truth. 2026 is the year when you can no longer use being different as a shield. And without that defense, you're going to have to confront the question you've been avoiding your entire life. Am I special, or am I just terrified of being ordinary? Stay until the end. This is going to be uncomfortable, but you need to hear it. 2026 is going to test Aquarius in 3 ways that will feel cruel, but are absolutely necessary. First, between January and April, someone is going to see through your performance. You know the one. The detached intellectual who doesn't need anyone. The person who's too evolved for basic human connection. And they're going to say something that will shatter you. They're going to say you're not special, you're just lonely. And for the first time in your life, you won't have a comeback. Because deep down you'll know they're right. You've spent years cultivating this image of being different, of being above it all. But 2026 is the year the universe forces you to admit the truth. Being unique was never about authenticity. It was about preemptive rejection. If you reject everyone first by being too different, too weird, too evolved, then you never have to risk being rejected for who you really are. Second, between May and August, you're going to want connection desperately. And you're not going to know how to ask for it. Because your entire identity is built on not needing people. You're the friend who gives advice but never asks for help. You're the partner who's supportive but never vulnerable. You're the person everyone knows but no one really knows. And in 2026, that loneliness is going to become unbearable. You're going to realize that your superiority complex, your obsession with being different, your need to be the most enlightened person in the room, it was all just a sophisticated way of keeping people at arm's length. And the tragedy is, you did it so well that now you don't know how to let anyone in. Third, between September and December, someone is going to offer you exactly what you've always said you wanted. They're going to say, I love you for who you are, not for how unique you are. I don't need you to be special. I just need you to be real. And you're going to panic. Because if love doesn't require you to be extraordinary, then who are you? If connection doesn't require performance, then what's your value? And that's when you'll finally understand what I explain in the full video. You don't have to be special to be loved. You just have to be real. But for Aquarius, being real is more terrifying than being alone. Because being real means admitting you're not superior. You're not more evolved. You're not above human needs. You're just a person who's been scared of rejection your entire life and built an entire personality to avoid it. Here's what Aquarius needs to do in 2026 to not just survive, but actually connect. First, practice asking for help. I know this sounds simple, but for Aquarius, it's revolutionary. Once a week, ask someone for something you actually need. Not advice about a philosophical concept. Not help with a project that makes you look interesting. Actual vulnerability. I'm struggling. I'm lonely. I don't know what to do. Say those words out loud to another human being. Because every time you perform independence, you reinforce the belief that you can only be loved when you're extraordinary. 2026 is the year you learn that ordinary vulnerability is more powerful than extraordinary detachment. Second, stop curating your personality. You know what I'm talking about. The carefully selected weird interests, the intentionally obscure references, the performative quirkiness that signals, I'm not like other people. 2026 is going to force you to ask yourself, if I stop trying to be interesting, would anyone still want to know me? And that question is going to terrify you. But here's the truth. The people who actually love you, they don't love you because you're unique. They love you despite the walls you've built with uniqueness. They love the glimpses of realness you accidentally let slip through. In 2026, try being boring for one conversation. Don't perform. Don't intellectualize. Just be present. You'll be shocked at how much more connected you feel. Third, join something. Aquarius hates this advice because joining something means admitting you're part of a group, and being part of a group means you're not special. But 2026 is the year you learn that belonging doesn't erase your individuality. It enhances it. Find one community, one group, one space where you show up regularly as yourself, not as the most interesting person in the room. A book club, a volunteer organization, a weekly dinner with friends. Somewhere you're accountable to other people. Somewhere you can't ghost when things get uncomfortable. Because the pattern with Aquarius is this. When connection gets too real, you disappear. You intellectualize it. You decide the other person isn't evolved enough. You convince yourself you're better off alone. But 2026 won't let you do that anymore. You're going to have to stay. And staying is how you'll finally learn that intimacy doesn't require you to be extraordinary. 2026 is going to be the hardest year for Aquarius. But if you do this work, you're going to discover something that performed uniqueness never gave you. Real belonging. The kind where you don't have to be special to be valued. Where you can be ordinary and still be loved. Where you can need people and it doesn't make you weak. That's what 2026 is offering you. Not innovation. Not breakthrough. Connection. Real, messy human connection. If you want to understand why 2026 will be like this for Aquarius, watch my video. Aquarius isn't unique, they're lonely. There I explain the complete pattern of preemptive rejection that 2026 is going to force you to abandon. The video breaks down how Aquarius uses intellectual superiority as a shield, how detachment is actually terror of intimacy, and why being different became your survival mechanism instead of your authentic self. Are you ready for 2026? Aquarius, comment below which of the 3 tests scared you the most. Be honest. And if you're an Aquarius who's tired of being lonely while surrounded by people, this is your year. This is when everything changes. Next video, Pisces 2026. The year when you can no longer rewrite reality. Link on screen.